shuddering screams. He lived through it, by the way. All of us, I believe, thought that we were in for a hurricane. Every hour the violence of the wind increased. It was a gale from the northeast, the wind called by the ancient Polynesians the terrible Maoke. It seemed to rush at us in paroxysms of fury, tearing off the entire crest of waves and hurling solid water about us as though it were spray. The forward hatch leaked badly. When I think of that storm, my memory is filled with a nightmare of endless pumping. A day and a night passed, and dawn found us riding a mountainous sea, but the wind was abating and our decks were dry. The victim of elephantitis had been taking spells with me at the pump. He is a man, that fellow, in spite of his loathsome infirmity. The pump began to suck up bubbles and froth. Mitty's eyes are sharp. "Enough pumping," he shouted. "Go and sleep, you two." We obeyed the order with alacrity. Sleeping on deck was out of the question. Without an instant of hesitation I crawled in among the copra sacks, beside my repulsive companion. When I awoke it was evening, and we were running, with a heavy following wind. Mitty was still at the helm, red-eyed from want of sleep, but whirling the spokes dexterously as each big sea passed beneath us, and gazing ahead for the first glimpse of Tahiti. The clouds broke just before dark, and we had a glimpse of the high ridges of Tarapu dead ahead. We got sail on her at that, and stood off to the northwest, past the Bay of Tavaro and the sunken reefs of Hitia. Toward morning we raised Point Venus Light, but the wind failed in the lee of the island, and it took us all day to reach Papeete harbor. Hall finished his story in the dark. The last of the diners had gone long since, and, save for ourselves, the broad veranda was empty. "What are your plans?" I asked. "Our year in the South Seas is up. Where are you going now?" "I have no plans," he said, "except that I doubt if I shall ever go north again. I may be wrong, but I believe I've had enough of civilization to last me the rest of my life. We are happy here. Why should we leave the islands? I fancy the South Seas have claimed the pair of us." The end. End of chapter 18. Recording by Mike Vendetti, Canyon City, Colorado. MikeVendetti.com. End of Fairylands of the South Seas by James Norman Hall and Charles Nordhoff.